Hey guys, Carly's Bonds here, fitness enthusiast, personal trainer for the last 15 years. So first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that you're in the right place. Okay, so this is going to be for my individuals who are looking to, build as much lean muscle mass as possible in regards to working out in the gym. Okay, so looking to improve their overall big lifts, big compound lifts like their squat, bench press, and deadlift, and finally break through those plateaus that most people run into while they're in the gym. All right, so a little bit about myself. Like I said before, I am a personal trainer for the last 15 years. Have helped hundreds of clients maximize their results and gains within the gym, and take their workouts from not that great to pushing them to the next level in regards to strength. All right, so like my client here, Molly, she came to me. She first started out as a bodybuilder. She was a competitive bodybuilder, decided she wanted to get back into regular strength training, and getting the most out of her workouts. But more importantly, she wanted to learn how her body was intended to move in regards to the big compound lifts. Okay, so she came to me. One of the lifts obviously we're working on is squats. When she first started out, she was barely able to squat in proper form or technique 135. Within 3 to 4 weeks, we were able to take her squat from 135 with mediocre technique to 185 with fantastic technique. So I predict within the next, I would even say 2 months, maybe even sooner than that, she'll probably be squatting 225 for reps. Another client of mine, Ben, competitive swimmer, high school swimmer, came to me wanting to do strength training. Him and I have worked together before in the past, but he had to start competing again in swimming. Just got back together with me, and our first session together, we were working on chest and back. Started him out bench pressing. He started out benching, 75 pounds. And within one session, we took him from benching 75 pounds with okay form to benching 135 with excellent form or decent form by the end of the first session. Okay, so I predict probably within the next 4 to 6 weeks, we should have him up to benching anywhere between 155 to 175 with excellent form. So I share this stuff with you so that way you realize that I'm not full of shit. There's so much stuff out there on the internet. People who are trying to sell you a workout program or sell you, some diet or supplement that's going to get you in the best shape of your life. Okay, I tell you this stuff because I've spent literally the majority of my life helping people to understand strength training and how their body was intended to move in regards to these exercises, these strength training techniques. So that way they can be done wasting time in the gym and get the most out of each and every hour or minute that they spend in the gym. So that way they build lean muscle mass, drop body fat, and feel good about themselves, feel good about the way they look, feel good about the way they perform, the whole 9 yards. So just like you guys, when I first started out, I'm on the internet, Googling and on YouTube, researching, trying to figure out what is the best program for me, fumbling around in the dark, and just not getting the most out of my workouts. And after years of trial and error, I finally landed on what really works. After spending hours and years in the gym trying to figure out what is the best approach to my fitness journey, I finally figured out what works. And I've taken that knowledge throughout my 15 years and applied it to hundreds of clients, like my client here, Nikki. My client here, Nikki, came to me wanting to get better at the big lifts, big compound lifts. Felt like he was struggling to perform his exercises as efficiently or as effectively as possible. And one of those lifts being squats. He just didn't feel confident about his squats. He felt like he was struggling. He was losing power, wasn't really getting much out of them. And after breaking down his squat technique, looking at his foot position, even looking at some of the equipment he was wearing, such as his footwear, changing things up, foot stance, where the bar was on his back, took him from high bar to low bar squatting because that better fits his anatomy, better fits how his body sequences in regards to the movement pattern itself. We took him from squatting, 225, struggling for, 10 reps to now squatting around 335, 345, 355 for anywhere between rep ranges of 3 to 5. Increased his squats tenfold. And that's across all of his lifts, okay, especially his big compound lifts like squat, bench press, and deadlift. Now, on to you guys, all right? So let's talk about you guys. So how do we get you guys on the same track as all the hundreds of clients that I've worked with throughout the years, okay? And, building 10 pounds of muscle mass over the course of the next 90 days, burning body fat, and adding 30 plus more pounds to their big compound lifts. The first thing we need to work on is fundamentals and foundations, okay? Making sure that your body moves as it was intended to move, okay? So you can't get the most out of your exercises, especially your big compound lifts like squat, bench press, and deadlift, if you're not moving your body how it was intended to move, okay? You could go about learning how to do this stuff by going on, YouTube, going on Instagram and looking up, some of the best power lifters and squatters in the game and trying to figure out and piecemeal it all together and see what works for you and what doesn't. But what the issue is going to be with that is that you don't have a second pair of eyes to say, this is right for you, this is wrong for you, okay? And you're going to find yourself through the same thing that a lot of people find themselves in, is hitting those plateaus or getting frustrated because they're not moving their body how it was intended to move. And therefore, because they're not moving their body how it was intended to move, they're not building or they're not reaching the goals that they're looking to reach in regards to building lean muscle mass, building strength, dropping body fat, and getting that appearance, that aesthetic appearance that they're looking for in most people's fitness programs. So once you got the foundations and fundamentals down and you feel confident about your movement patterns, and that you're for sure not going to get injured while performing these exercises, the next thing is to figure out what are the best splits in regards to your workout regimen. Okay, so how do I organize my program? Okay, what are the best splits for me to do? Should I do back and biceps together? Should I do chest and triceps together? Should I do a push-pull day? What is the best route to go about? Okay, and in my programs, in the 5-day splits that I have my clients do, we work more from a antagonistic standpoint, where muscle groups aren't going to conflict with each other throughout the exercise bout. So day 1 will be a chest and back day. Day 2 will be a bicep tricep day. Day 3 will be an anterior chain leg day. Day 4 will be a shoulder upper back day. Day 5, your last day, will be a posterior chain leg day. Okay, so that way we get an opportunity to cover the entire gambit in regards to the muscles that you need to hit to build maximum strength, yield those muscle gains, and feel good about your workouts. All right, so how do you scale your workouts after you figure out what is the best way to organize your workout program? Okay, so days of how your splits are going to go. So how the program should look, or how my programs will look, is that month one, your first 30 days of the 90-day program, it's going to be focused on conditioning. Okay, so we're going to go high repetition, high volume for a couple different reasons. Okay, one, we want to build the conditioning of the muscle. Okay, so that's one of the things that holds back strength. Okay, is that you can't sustain the movement for longer periods of time. Okay, so you can't get to those higher weights because your body tires or fatigues prior to getting to those heavier weights. Okay, so we're going to improve your conditioning first. Okay, so going high volume in the beginning. Okay, through that high volume, we're also going to increase your lean muscle mass. Okay, by increasing your lean muscle mass, it means you can take more load onto the muscle. Okay, and then the next thing is time under tension or time under learning. Okay, so we want to get you through that learning curve. All right, so a lot of people struggle in the beginning, feeling like they're doing the exercises correctly. I think most people in an exercise program, whether you're new to it or been in it for a while, you're still questioning if whether or not you're moving through these exercises correctly. So we want to get time under tension. We want to get you through that time under learning curve to feel confident about your exercises. So after you've done the conditioning phase, is phase 2. That's going to be strength phase. That means that you're going to drop your repetitions down, but you're now going to increase your weights. The reason being we could do that is because we're now familiar with the movement patterns. We feel good. Technique feels solid. Okay, and we're now able to push the weights more. Okay, and then in phase 3, the last 30 days is peak strength. Okay, that means that we're really really going to push the weights, drop the repetitions, going to be working in rep ranges anywhere between 3 to 5, and getting the most out of it. So by the time you get to week 12, you're feeling strong, you're feeling confident, and you feel like that you can push the limits of your strength. You can really go for a PR of anywhere between 1 to 3 repetitions in any of your big compound lifts. So equally as important, if not more important, is your nutrition. Okay, making sure that you're eating the right macronutrient splits in regards to protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Okay, a lot of times we find that people struggle in their programs is more so not just with the exercise, but more with, or just as much with, the nutrition. Okay, so if we're not dialed in on our nutrition habits, we're not going to get the most out of our exercise program in regards to building lean muscle mass and building strength. Okay, so in a given nutrition program, you want to make sure that you get enough protein in there. In a given nutrition program, they say you want to get in 1.5 to 2 grams of protein for every pound of body weight. But more importantly, not just body weight, but lean muscle mass. Okay, so that way you can build and maintain the lean muscle mass that you have on your body. Also, too, on top of that, don't be afraid of carbohydrates. Okay, we need carbs for protein synthesis. Without carbohydrates, we can't process the protein as well that we're consuming throughout the day. Okay, if we're looking to build strength and build lean muscle mass, we need carbohydrates to do so. Okay, and then making sure that we're eating healthy fats to make sure we keep our joints lubricated. We have free fatty acids within the bloodstream, and intramuscular fats as well, so that way we can push heavier loads in the gym. Okay, so you could very well hire a nutritionist. It's gonna cost you thousands of dollars, or you can go on Google and do a bunch of research, find meal plans, and it costs you hundreds of dollars, or whatever the case may be. But there's no guarantee that it is going to be specific to what your goals are, what you're looking to accomplish and achieve in the gym. So the last thing we're going to talk about is the difference between people who see results and the people who don't. The people who see results are the people that are following an effective program, a well thought out program, a comprehensive program that's proven and effective. Okay, and through that they continue to want to come back to the gym for more. Okay, and don't get frustrated. Okay, you got the flip side of the people who aren't following the right program, and we already know what ends up happening to them. They fall off, give up too early, and or they get injured, which is probably one of the biggest setbacks in any program. So that's it, guys. Okay, so once you're done, putting together your program, the questions you have to ask yourself is one, the exercises that I have in my program, are they effective and efficient to building lean muscle mass and strength? Okay, do I have the compound lifts in my program? Okay, if so, do I know without question or without doubt that I'm able to perform these exercises well, efficient, okay, in the most optimal way possible? Okay, am I using my most optimal levers? Am I using my most optimal muscles in regards to how they sequence? Am I in the right technique in regards to my compound lifts? And the accessory exercises that I have in my program, are they beneficial in supporting my big compound lifts to continue to get them stronger? Okay, is the nutrition program that I'm following, is it giving me the benefits that I'm looking for in regards to building lean muscle mass and to build strength and getting the most out of my workouts? Does it allow for me to have cheat meals in there? Because we know that a person's not going to stick to a diet where they're eating boiled broccoli and chicken all day long to try to look a certain way. And if any of the answers to that question is no, then you have to ask yourself the question of whether or not you want to continue going another year seeing the exact same results that you're seeing today. Okay, and just not getting what you want in regards to your fitness journey, and building the strength and lean muscle mass that you're looking to build and breaking those PRs on a day-to-day basis. All right, great. So if you are one of those people who is tired of struggling in the gym, not getting the most out of your workouts, not feeling confident about your compound lifts, tired of getting injured, and just want to feel good and feel confident about exercise in general, just fitness, feeling good, feeling strong, building that lean muscle mass, getting that look you're looking for, then I just recently opened up some time in my schedule to take calls and discuss discuss the program in detail. Okay, and that's our opportunity to discuss your goals, go through like I said, through the program in detail to make sure that it is the right fit for you. Okay, and it may not be. Okay, so if you're one of those people who maybe you're just not quite ready to commit the type of time and energy and effort to the gym, to your workouts, to learning, you're not ready to invest the money, whatever the case may be, then it may just not be the right fit for you. But like I said, if you are ready, and if you feel like this is the time, and you're investing the energy anyway, and you want to finally get to that point where you're saying, hey, I'm getting the most out of what I'm doing. I feel confident. I feel good. I can look in the mirror and say, wow, this is great. I finally achieved the results that I'm looking for. Then let's get you going. All right. And then here's what is included if you do decide you want to work with me. Okay. It's a 90-day program. Includes 12 weeks of programming in regards to your strength training program. Along with that, we also have programmed in there a HIIT workout or HIIT program in there as well for my people who are looking to do a little extra in regards to their conditioning training. On top of that, we have programmed into it a complete comprehensive nutrition program that's engineered specifically for you based off of what your macronutrient needs are in regards to the goals that we discuss. Okay. And then also, as well as that, any dietary limitations that you may have and or dietary preferences. Okay. So like I said, if you are a person who wants to eat vegan, or, you want, you follow a Mediterranean diet, or whatever the case may be, we can engineer, those eating programs based off of what your needs are, what your wants are in regards to that. And then the last thing is weekly coaching calls with me. It's an opportunity for us to meet together once a week or so to discuss your program, go through form critiques, and improvements to make sure that, like I said, you're getting the most out of your workouts. The big thing for me is education. Okay. So I want to make sure that at the end of the day, you feel confident about each and every exercise you're performing in the gym, and that we hold you accountable to make sure that you are getting to where you're going. Because if you're going to invest the time and the money, I want to make sure that you get the most out of what you're doing each and every time you step into the gym. Okay, so those coaching calls are an opportunity for us to go over anything that we need to go over in regards to form and technique, and any questions that you may have for me, and just meet, get an opportunity to just chat and go over stuff. So if you feel like this is the right fit for you, let's hop on a call. I have limited slots available. I only take on about 20 clients a month. Okay. So, don't hesitate. Okay. Take advantage of it now. And I look forward to working with you. All right. So, if you do book the call, please make sure that you show up on time. Obviously I'm going to prioritize your time. I expect the same. Okay. So I will make sure I allocate the time and resources to make sure that, you and I get an opportunity to spend, bare minimum, at least a half hour on that initial call, to make sure that it's the right fit for you. And we get you set up, in the program, as efficiently and effectively as possible. And then when you do show up, please make sure that you have any questions available for me, so that way we can set up a roadmap immediately and get you rocking and rolling as soon as possible. Okay, and that's pretty much it, guys. I look forward to chatting with you soon, and welcome to Regenesis.